What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Sunday, January 26th, 2025, and I have some breaking news to share with you guys. Right now, it is 16:36 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from the Baltic Sea. So, another undersea cable connecting the Baltic countries to Scandinavia was cut earlier this morning, according to the Latvian broadcasting channel LSM. An undersea optical cable between Ventspils in Latvia and the Swedish island of Gotland has been damaged severely. And we're now hearing that Sweden has seized a Russian ship suspected of sabotaging the cable. Apparently, Swedish special forces boarded this Russian ship, and apparently there was a huge NATO military operation in the Baltic Sea this morning to try to find the ship responsible for this latest cut. According to the state-owned communications company LVRTC, the damage to the cable, which is located at a depth of 50 meters, is significant and caused by what they describe as external influences. According to the Latvian broadcaster LSM, the damage was probably caused by an external impact. And the Latvian Prime Minister convened an emergency security meeting this afternoon. And I want to remind you guys that just last month, there were more cable cuts between Finland and Estonia. There were 2 fiber optic cables cut and an electrical cable cut. So now there's only 1 electrical cable connecting Finland to Estonia. So if Russia wanted to invade Estonia, what they would do is cut that final electric cable, and then they would cut off the electricity coming from Poland, which right now they don't actually have any electricity coming from Poland, but there was talk of Poland running some high voltage transmission lines through the Suwalki Gap into Lithuania and feeding electricity into the Baltics. Russia would just have to launch a few cruise missiles to take out those transmission lines and then cut that 1 cable in the Gulf of Finland, and then that's it. All of Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania would be in the dark. And the Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz on Sunday hinted at potential action against Iran in the upcoming months in his initial congratulatory letter to the new U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. Iran and its partners continue to threaten regional and global stability, wrote Katz. The upcoming months present us with challenges that require military readiness and opportunities that allow us to further our strategic goals. I am confident that together we can succeed, creating long-term stability and a better future for the region. Recently, Katz said Israel is more prepared than ever to attack Iran and its nuclear facilities, something several Israeli and U.S. officials have expressed frequently in recent months. Okay, so remember, Biden was strongly against attacking the nuclear sites, and when Israel launched their most recent counterstrike on Iran, the Biden administration told Israel not to strike the nuclear sites. And we know that Trump, during the campaign trail, said it doesn't make sense to strike Iran if you're not going after the nuclear sites. So we know Trump is pro-striking Iranian nuclear sites. So I think we're going to see it, guys. I think in the coming months, what Trump is going to do is make an example out of Iran and the Houthis and basically show Russia and China that Big Daddy is back in the house, okay, and that he's not messing around, okay? That's what I think is going to happen, and we've seen multiple aerial refuelers moved from the continental U.S. to Kuwait and Saudi Arabia in the last 72 hours. As many as 7 aerial refuelers moved from the U.S. to Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. You don't move 7 aerial refuelers somewhere for no reason, guys, okay? That's the type of equipment that you need for a massive strike on a country, because you need to refuel the fighter jets and the bombers, okay? And this is pretty unusual. 5 Polish citizens were arrested in Norway after violating a drone ban for operating drones in a prohibited zone near the headquarters of the Norwegian Counterintelligence Service. So to me, this sounds like probably Russian spies that had Polish citizenship. They were basically operating out of Poland and embedded in Polish society, and then they were flying these drones over Norway, over the Norwegian counterintelligence headquarters. And the president of Belarus said today that Russia's IRBM, called the Oreshnik, which was used to strike Ukraine recently, will be deployed in Belarus any day, and that he had agreed on it with Putin. He said this after he re-elected himself today, and he's been the leader of Belarus for 26 years. So Oreshnik's coming to Belarus. Apparently it's already been agreed upon, and I'm curious how Trump is going to respond to that, because Poland requested to join the NATO nuclear sharing program, which would involve U.S. B-61 gravity nukes to be stationed in Poland, and Polish F-16s and F-35s to be cleared to deliver them on targets in Belarus and Russia. And we know that Biden rejected Poland's request, but Trump and Poland get along really well. The Polish president and Trump get along really well, so I wouldn't be surprised if Trump greenlights the nuclear sharing for Poland, because last time he was president, he built like 4 military bases in Poland, U.S. military bases, okay? And the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, said that the U.S. government under the leadership of Trump has secured the unilateral release of an American citizen from prison in Belarus, and a Russian delegation will not take part in the celebrations of the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz in Oświęcim, Poland, according to the Russian ambassador to Poland, Sergei Andreev. Okay, so no Russian delegation going to Auschwitz this year. And 2 U.S. deportation flights were refused entry into Colombia last night under the order of the president of Colombia, Gustavo Petro. And U.S. President Donald Trump said on Saturday his first foreign trip could be to Saudi Arabia, even though U.S. presidents traditionally visit the U.K. And right now we have a U.S. nuclear war command and control plane up in the air over the eastern United States. It's been airborne for the last couple of hours. And we also had a lot of Russian VIP planes airborne last night. We had 3 leave Moscow and go to St. Petersburg. One of these is Putin's doomsday plane. And then we also had a Russian Air Force plane leave Kaliningrad and go to Russia. So a lot of Russian Air Force activity last night and this morning. We also had a U.S. Army VIP plane go from Ramstein Air Base to Powice Air Base in Poland. And so that's probably U.S. Army generals going to visit the most strategic base in Poland, the most advanced NATO or American base in Poland, in Powice, close to Poznań in northwest Poland. And then we also had a British military cargo plane go to Estonia, probably moving equipment there. And then here we have all these aerial refuelers that went down to Saudi Arabia and Kuwait last night. It looks like they either landed in Riyadh or in Qatar. And 2 days ago, we had 4 of them land in Kuwait. So absolutely massive movement of aerial refuelers to Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia. This is a sign that the U.S. is getting ready for some serious military operations in the Middle East in the coming weeks and months, okay? And like I said, Iran is high on the list, the Houthis, potentially the Taliban as well, if the Taliban doesn't return all the military equipment that Biden gave to them. And here we have a tweet from the president of Colombia about the plane full of illegal immigrants that he refused to allow to land in Colombia. He wrote, "The U.S. cannot treat Colombian migrants as criminals. I deny the entry of American planes carrying Colombian migrants into our territory. The United States must establish a protocol for the dignified treatment of migrants before we receive them." Wow. And U.S. defense contractor Lockheed Martin handed over 6 newly manufactured HIMARS systems to Estonia at its headquarters in Arkansas. And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukraine is ready to resume gas transit to Europe, but not from Russia, but from Azerbaijan. And the former South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol was officially indicted today for causing an insurrection when he declared martial law last month. And Republican Senator Tom Cotton asked Trump to revisit his decision to pull Secret Service protection for aides like John Bolton, who helped take out Iran's most powerful general in 2020. He said on Fox News Sunday that I would encourage the president to revisit the decision for those people who are being targeted by Iran, as the president was targeted for assassination by Iran. As the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, I've reviewed the intelligence in the last few days. The threat to anyone involved in President Trump's strike on Qasem Soleimani is persistent. It's real. He also commented on Trump's CIA determining that the origin of C-19 being from a lab in China, stating, "The most important thing now is that we have to make China pay for unleashing this plague on the world." Wow, strong words there from Senator Cotton. And there was a massive kaboom at a food market in northeast China today. No information has been released about the cause of it. But that's the latest breaking news that I have. I might be back later on tonight with more breaking news. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell icon down below so you get notified when I post these updates. A lot of people have been telling me that they've been unsubscribed from my channel by YouTube. Sometimes they do that for unknown reasons. But if you resubscribe, make sure you turn your notifications back on, okay? And also don't rely on YouTube notifications. Sometimes they don't send them out. I'm actually in the process of developing a special app that's going to be free. So anytime I post alerts, you can get a notification on your phone. And that's going to be available for Android, hopefully this coming week. It's totally free. It's going to be in the Google Play Store, and then I'm working with another developer now to have it in Apple. Okay, so this is going to be an app, so you get alerts when I post updates, especially critical updates. You'll get an alert on your phone. Also, you can follow me on Telegram and Twitter. I post all of my updates over there. So if you follow me over there, you'll never miss an update. And until the next time, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere. Culinary out. And this update was sponsored by EMP Shield. Guys, EMP Shield has created a special discount just for you, the listeners of the NYPrepper channel. If you go to EMPshield.com and use the promo code NYPrepper, you can get 15% off your entire order. And why do you need an EMP Shield? Well, this is a special device to protect your vehicle, your RV, your solar generators, your radios from an electromagnetic pulse, which could be caused by a solar flare or potentially a rogue country like North Korea detonating an electromagnetic pulse weapon over the United States that's mounted onto a satellite. So protect your vehicles, protect your RV, protect your radios, protect your generators with an EMP Shield. Use my promo code NYPrepper to get 15% off. Installation is super simple. This is a veteran-owned business, 100% American-made, and the EMP Shields have been tested by the military, okay? And free shipping is included to the entire continental United States. And the link and the promo code are in the description below this video.